We got 5:30 and
Hey, YouTube Live. This is Happy Hour with TMS. This is our first show. We are talking about, we're talking to Donald Stutson, who is with Spectrum Strength and Conditioning and CrossFit Facilities. We are a show that is in Houston, Texas, internet radio, Tune app 90.3, and we're going to talk about being equally yoked. So tune in. This is our first live video. We're excited to share with you guys. Everyone say hi. This is our first.
Because I like chicken.
This is our first YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
What up, YouTube?
I need to get some of this hair. This bun is not
I'll be going to the bathroom and I'll be right back.
I need to stop bringing this so I can let my hair down. And then I do this. I just bought this new product from Beta. Well, it's not new, but I just bought it. The smoothing the whole package. So yeah, I'm ready to try it. I'm like, I didn't even stop breaking it. You have that same moisture. What time is it? Like the 6:19. I got like a 5:50 right now. Oh yeah. I'm gonna start doing this show half and half. Facebook and half when it gets coming up.
All right, well, welcome back. Again, we have Donald, the owner from Spectra Fitness, or Spectra Strength, rather. So tell our listeners kind of where they can find you on social media. If, I don't know, you're running any specials or any pricing information that you want to give, phone numbers, all that good stuff.
Yeah, definitely. So you can find us Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, at Spectra Strength. That's all one word. We're located on the southwest side out of Stafford, Texas. That's at 10511 Windsor Lane, Suite B116. Currently, we are going to drop a special here in a couple of weeks called the Relentless Summer Package. It's going to be 10 straight weeks. It's going to be a 150. I'll allow you to train 4 times a week and go at it from there. So, hey, summer's already here, but you might as well.
It's going to be summer. Right.
It's going to be summer all through all Houston, till at least October.
Summer ain't
going nowhere.
Until January.
Yeah.
So the day after Christmas.
Right, exactly. Right. You be saying Merry Christmas, and you may put a jacket on once or twice a year. Yeah.
Well, good. Well, thank you for coming. You're going to stick around for the topic, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool.
So speaking of the topic, we're going to mention it, but we're going to give the number really quick. It's 832-220-3383. So our topic of the day is equally yoked. Does it matter? Hashtag, they say opposites attract, do they? So we're going to go around the room and kind of see how everyone feels about that. Let's start with Apache because he always has good input. Not like we don't.
So first off, I'm going to speak on my mom and dad personally, because I don't know how the hell they met. My mom cursed like a sailor, smoked weed, and fought people. Was extremely vocal.
No, she was cooking.
Extremely
Your
vocal.
mom was cooking.
Yes.
What's the show called?
They fired.
No, my mom. Loved her to death. My dad, I've only heard my dad curse 2 times in my whole life.
Oh, man.
He's not a fighting person. Like, if you don't like my dad, there's something wrong with you. So, I don't even know how they met, but I guess opposites attract. And so, this weekend, me and my dad and my sisters and brothers had a camping trip. And we learned something about the Gudo men that kind of helped me understand why my dad met my mom. Okay. So, my sisters are already extremely fiery. My mom was extremely fiery. Yes. They were boxed behind their brothers. My little sister, most of her fights that she's had in her life were over somebody picking on her brothers. And as the Gudo men, we're really, we're not passive men, but we don't really like confrontation like that. But if it comes, we'll handle it. Right. But we usually choose women that are extremely vocal and take care of things. So we'll protect you over the big stuff.
Gotcha.
But we need you, if my meal come out wrong, I'm going to need you to handle this waiter real quick and knock that out. So That's what I'm saying. Like it
But
kind of
then they
makes
might
sense.
tell the cook to spin in it.
Yeah,
Right.
no.
Yeah, no.
So the good old man, we do love our women fiery, and that's I guess that's just a staple of how we are, and it made sense how my dad met my mom.
Well, I mean, how do you even follow it up? So far as opposite attract, definitely kind of similar story. You know, like I'm the son of a Muslim father and a Christian mother. You know, my mom's actually, you know, in the clergy.
Okay.
You know, kind of interesting. You know, so it's like one day, you know, I can eat a pork chop sandwich. You know, because dad is gone, but the next day I can't. You know, it's kind of tough. So I still have a problem with bacon. I don't know how I feel sometimes with it. So you know, when I hear the story, you know, from my mom's perspective, how they met, I still just kind of look at them like, what? Like how did we get here to this moment? Because they are totally different people in terms of just upbringing, everything like that. But yeah, I'm here. That's
And that's the
I'm
main
here.
purpose.
Yeah, right. I'm here. So
One time, so
you know exactly. So I just look at them some days like, how
He
did that work?
just
You
said
know?
his mama is a member of the
What would
clergy.
he say up here? Like that was all
Yeah.
day.
He's not gonna say that lady
Yeah.
smashed.
The woman of the
Oh, man, don't do my moms like that. Man, come on, man. Turn the tables over here.
What you listening?
You know,
I'm sorry, Mama.
Yeah, no, don't say sorry, Mama Stutson now.
Well, I take it back.
Yeah.
I said what I said.
Moms like that. We sit out here like this.
What I said.
Hey, God, man, we're gonna start a Twitter war now.
Shain.
Yeah. Well, when we talk about equally yoked, I think that is something a little bit different than whether opposites are attracting.
Right.
When I hear the term equally yoked, I personally think, is this person of a religion that I can get down with, namely,
Right.
in my circumstance, Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Does this person have a good head on their shoulders?
Mm-hmm.
Can I trust this person? Not necessarily from like a financial standpoint, and it's more of a moral thing when I think of equally yoked,
Mm-hmm.
because you see instances all the time on TV, basketball wise. If you want to look at equally yoked, a basketball player that's worth $300 million is not equally yoked with an Instagram model
It makes
You know.
20,000.
that's just out here for whatever she can get.
Sounds slimming tea.
But then you talk
Relationship
about,
goals.
dude.
So the yoke part, financially,
Michelle, I hate you so much.
that's a confusion. So
Yeah.
the yoke part actually means financially as well. As you take
No,
that?
I just explained what to me the yoke part is more of a moral,
got you.
moral yoke. Do we mesh morally? Are there our beliefs? Are they
The
similar?
Instagram models are horrible.
All right.
No,
We're
that's
gonna,
not.
we're gonna get off this.
They don't live in
Not
a
all of them.
realistic world at most times.
What I was pointing out was that there are instances I think where other people think equally yoked mean if I drive a Mercedes and you drive a Honda, then we're not equally yoked. You're not on my level. That's
I
how
know a lot
I
of people think like that's.
I know somebody like
Huh?
that. I know somebody
There's
like
lots of
that.
people like that.
There's a guy where he says he want to know what do you bring to the table because I brought the table.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
But to me, that's not what equally yoked
exactly.
means. Equally yoked means, do we have the same value set? Can we relate on that level?
Just like the
But in terms of like opposites attracting, there may be instances just like your mom and dad, Apache, where your dad might not be the most vocal or outgoing person, but your mom might have been able to
Bridge
be
the
that-
gap.
bridge the gap and be that, and together they made you, and you know, so
They were married, ma'am.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's marriage.
No, they
so
made
when we talk
love.
about equally,
Word of the day
you
is
know,
in the
opposites
60s,
attracting,
70s.
equally yoked.
In the 70s,
Obviously,
they
they
made
have
love.
some sort of commonality, and then their differences complemented each other. Michelle, what do you think?
So, like you, I very much think of equally yoked from a Christian perspective. I grew up in the church, and you know, there's scripture in there that talks about that. And I think about y'all know my 3 deal breakers.
Smoking, tithing,
Tithing.
and
Like they don't pay their tithes, and they pay their
And
tithes.
they don't pay.
Pay their
They don't
tithes.
give tithes. They don't give to the church because I'm very much a believer in that. And I think, you know, our blessings come from God. And why would you not support
the ministry and his work. If you believe and proclaim to be a Christian or whatever your faith is, you should financially support that. You should give your time, your talents, and your treasure.
We date a guy who doesn't have a church home.
So me saying tithing, I make the assumption that you actually go to church and you have some level of Christianity. I recently ran into a situation where that wasn't 100% true. Like, he was like, yeah, I give tithes in my church back home, you know, where my mama, where I grew up. And he was like, but here I don't go. But I really couldn't judge that, because when I lived in Nebraska, the same was true of me. I didn't quite find a place where I felt worked for me. And I often felt like going to church was a waste of gas, which is pretty sad. And so I still gave to my church here, and I looked online, and that was that. There was a place that I would go and visit, 2 places that I would go and visit regularly enough, but I wouldn't consider myself a member, and I didn't give there regularly. But when I think about this, when we were talking about the T.I. and Tiny story, was kind of funny. So what happens when you grew up with somebody and y'all got married and y'all got together and y'all was both in the club, y'all was both banging, y'all was whatever goes, the rules are, there are no rules. Smashing other chicks, threesomes, what, I mean, I'm not saying that's what they did, but
They did.
just, well,
They admitted to it. Go ahead.
well, okay. Yeah. But whatever, y'all go to strip clubs together, y'all like, hey, get it in. And then one person changes. I think that's a rough position to be in, but I don't think that's a reason to leave, because I feel like you are committed to that person, and you have to, you know, live through that. But I know for me, it would be very difficult, like, to date somebody who is a different religion, because I want these Christmas gifts and these birthday gifts, and you can't be talking about you with Jehovah's Witness and you don't believe in that. Like, no, boo. But you accept my gift. No, it's not how this works. But then the whole opposites attract thing, I don't know. It's really weird.
I think there's some truth to it.
There's some situations, but at the end of the day, we are so opposite and we're so different. Like, I think I'm so chill, and if you are a high head, you're gonna never get on my nerves, and I'm just gonna do this to you, which then I will make you mad, because you're always talking and I'm putting you on ignore, like mute, seriously. So I think on some level, birds of a feather flock together. I mean, like, every saying that there's an equal and opposite saying.
That's true.
So if opposites attract, birds of a feather flock together, what are we doing?
That's true.
That's true.
Tia, what do you think? How do you feel?
I do. My parents smashed and had me. They were married. And they definitely were opposites. And then they smashed and had my sister too. So it was
You
nice.
think your parents were total opposites?
Yeah, definitely. My mom is definitely like an alpha female. She is. So when I had a boo, I would run to my dad. Like, he's a gentle giant. Like, he's a sweetheart. He's a loving, like, everything's gonna be okay, baby girl. Like, don't cry. Like, softy. And my mom is like, get your shit together. Stop crying. Why are you crying? Women are tough. Like, you don't do that. And so they were totally different, but it worked for them, I think, because there was balance with them. Like, my mom had strengths that my dad didn't have, and vice versa. And so they were able to balance. My mom's a fire starter. My dad would be like, calm down. Like, it's
Do
not
you
that
think
serious.
one of those traits is more important than the other to pass on to a youngster?
Definitely.
Which one?
I think the calmness, like, of being able.
I didn't expect you to say that.
Ooh, I would have said the
Yeah.
toughness.
I would have said the toughness
No,
too.
the calmness. I really, because I've noticed I can be both with my parents, but the thing that gets me further is me tapping into the side of my dad, which is the calm side. When I'm like my mom and I'm fiery and I'm pissed off and I'm at a 10, that doesn't work, and I end up getting in a worse situation when I sit back and I'm like, what would my dad do? And I chill out. Like, it works better for me, and it kind of puts me at a peaceful place, and it's calming. So I need someone, I guess we're talking about equally yoked. I've always dated people that are fiery like me, and they're alpha males, and they are like rah rah rah, and I'm like rah rah rah, and we both can't be rah rah rah. But the person that I dated, well, it doesn't work though. Yeah, somebody has to stand down, but it's hard to stand down when you're like a fiery person and the other person's fiery. So it's like,
And the person's not telling you to stand up.
right? Who's gonna take an L? Like, I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna take an L, and
One of y'all gotta take
somebody,
it.
nobody takes an L, so it doesn't work. But when I dated someone who was
And everybody takes an L.
everyone takes an L. When I dated someone who was a little more gentle, then I was like, okay, he's cool. But now I look back, because that was a long time ago. It was in 2006. He was perfect for me when I look back, because he was the balance that I needed when I used to be mad. I'm like, why are you mad about that? It's not even worth it. And that's the same thing that my dad used to do to me, so it makes sense. So I say opposites attract.
I'm sure you have something you want to
Yeah, so
add?
something that you said made me really think about it when you were talking about that. I think I too did pick up the best of my parents' personalities. My dad is very calm, very relaxed, very chill, but my mom is a social butterfly.
Right.
And so I walk in the room and I never met a stranger, but then I'm not easily riled up. But what you were saying, y'all know my research is in father involvement, and I study that extensively. And one of the things in the research, it says that children benefit from both parents because they learn two different ways of handling things and how to deal with those situations. And then they also benefit from the two different reactions that those parents have. And so with everything that you said, it kind of turns out that
I'm a part of your case study.
You are a product of the benefit of having them both there. And that doesn't mean that if you were raised by a single parent that your life sucks and everything is wrong with you. That is absolutely not it. Because I will say, we just came off Father's Day. And a lot of people think like, oh, my dad wasn't there, and this is why I'm this way, and I've had all these disadvantages. From just a Christian perspective, if being raised by your biological father was what you needed to succeed in life, then God was out of order because he sent Jesus to Mary and Joseph raised him. So take that, run with it, live with it. Life is good. You choose your state. But basically what I'm saying is that you may be onto something with having that visual of both parents and what they all bring to you, because that total experience is what makes you who you are.
Because I will fight you, but I'll give you a hug afterwards.
Okay. Damn. So, DJ Feezy, I feel like when I was talking about equally yoked, we might have had a difference of opinion. So I want you to tell me what you think about that and what's your definition.
I hear that phrase, but people have their meanings behind it.
So what does it mean to you?
I mean, equally yoked to me means that y'all have a certain amount of flaws and a certain amount of things that are good. Not one person thinking that they're totally great and one person thinking they're not. I mean, they both on the same playing field. That's equally yoked. It doesn't have to deal with anything. Any possessions,
right?
No monetary things, anything like that. It's just thinking that you both have flaws and you both have things to bring to the table. That's where it comes from.
I think that's a good definition. I think the point I was trying to make was that sometimes you see and hear people, in my opinion, use the term incorrectly,
right?
And they use it and base a monetary and a possession worth,
that's true.
a possession-based value to equally yoked.
Like,
and
I make this much money, and if you don't make this money, don't call me, don't come over here, don't talk to me.
There's a problem when they use that word, that verbiage, yoked.
I think it's wrong in the way that people use it.
They can use another language
based on my definition of it.
They can use another language to equal. You don't have the same type of car I have, or bring in the same money. I'm okay with that, but I think that
I don't want to get into a
yoke,
relationship with you if we don't have equal type of assets.
I think my thing is personally, if we it's things that I fall off on. I forget things.
And I want my partner to be able to feel
you need to pick up where I leave off.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's to me is equally
and vice versa. To me, that's
balance. That sounds like balance.
That sounds like
balance.
Most definitely.
So it's kind of like Tetris. I got to throw something nerdy in there. So, like how all the pieces fit together, right? There's all these holes and spaces, and then you just put them together.
Did you say holes in spaces?
No, not holes in spaces. Smashing the hole. Come on, we sit there quoting the Bible and we talking about.
I never quoted the Bible, so I should say that.
Yeah. You've been you're talking about smashing.
I what you said.
Yeah. No.
I didn't hear Tetris either, so I was.
Oh, okay. You just.
I was putting in a song request.
With the thing about people being either equally yoked, one's way to the left, one's way to the right, and then that equals something beautiful. I don't think so. I think people that make something special have something special in common, and that's what makes it so beautiful. I don't think someone has to be a whole left and does something totally opposite than what the right does. I think they both have something in common to make that relationship work. That's why they're both the same. That's what I look at it as. If someone's just totally to the left and not willing to change, then that's totally left. And someone's to the right and wants to change to make this work, then they're trying to do it, but they can't because someone's left. If they're both equally trying to make something happen and they come together to make it.
What if someone likes chocolate calves and someone likes big booties? Does that work?
Chocolate what?
Listen, our phone number is 832-220-3383. If you would like to join in on this
You like me,
conversation,
booty, type 10, because I got all
then
moves.
please call us in. In the meanwhile, take us to a very short break, DJ Feezy, please.
Hilarious.
See how that worked out?
Excuse me, does anyone have an outside?
Get on my level, boy. Get on my level. Get on my level. What you need? No, I got one.
My phone is like, Mike not coming? Man, I forgot my external charger at home. I'm trying to say if I can be safe. Trouble, man. Appreciate you for everything, man. Eric,
Get on my level,
y'all
homie.
good.
Get on my level.
What's going on, people? How y'all doing? Thanks for tuning in. We still have a little bit of conversation left, so please stay tuned.
Is that your iPhone?
Get on my level. Oh my God. They took me out on truck cast tonight, man, so I might be riding. Look at you being all
Oh, it light up at the end. You know it's real.
The funny thing about my parents are.
So, Prince Harry, so when we come back, Shain's going to introduce the next small segment. We're going to talk about the equally yoked from the scenes of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. And you're going to give a quick, you can't have no long dissertation, about 45 seconds to a minute about what you think about them and their partnership. And then we're going to go to the last call.
The crazy thing about my parents were they were married. They got married on March 19th on my grandmother's steps. And my birthday is March 19th.
Are you?
No, because that's not. That would take 12 months. Your math is off. Your math is off. Someone's got to do math.
We don't do all that.
You got to do math.
We're silly.
You got to do
later.
math.
So your birthday
You got to do math.
Not.
And we're going to do the math.
All right, we're back.
All right, so
Train your ear.
we're gonna I got a question I'd like to pose to everyone when we talk about equally yoked. The world kind of was just in a uproar, not really an uproar, but just everybody was watching when Meghan Markle and Prince Harry got married. Now they came from what I think is two totally different worlds.
Right.
But they found a way to fall in love with each other, and I can only presume that they feel as though they were equally yoked, or that they have something to contribute to the other in terms of relationships. So I just kind of want to go around the room and understand maybe what do y'all think about that in terms of being equally yoked and opposites attracting? Because they're not from the same circles, if you will.
Right.
Don?
Oh, okay. I guess we got to you know, when you really look at, Meghan, she's a celebrity in her own right. So, I mean, she's used to exposure to the public eye, just like Prince Harry is and things of that sort. Also, I was reading up on, how they got engaged, and they were just at, their apartment, and they were cooking dinner together, and then you proposed. To be a prince, to be a British royalty, and to do something so, I mean, that's almost, I would call it common.
Regular.
I mean, that's very regular to know
Regular.
that you've got this celebrity of a girlfriend and you're this star of your own, regards your entire life. And you all can come together and something like that happen. I think that shows that they're actually quite compatible because they're used to being in the spotlight and they like to just, be a little bit more recluse. So I think.
So you think there actually more commonality there than difference?
Yes. I mean, he grew up his entire life in royalty and, of course, being a starlet, she got her way to those steps to Hollywood and things of that sort. But once you get to a certain level, then you can play in that circle, in that sphere of influence. You guys all go to, mogul millionaire status, then all of a sudden the ability to call up Diddy and Jay and stuff is not so far-fetched right now. Okay. So I think once she made that ascension, then she's just right there on the playing stage.
So they might be actually. So if I understand you correctly, you think they might be actually more equally yoked than.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think if she were just a girl working in a cafe and he walked in, there would be a lot of I think, tensions in their relationship. But I think they can handle the public eye very well, and that's a very big thing because of who they are. We saw the tragedy of their mothers passing due to the paparazzi, and so they like a little bit more of their recluse lifestyle. And so having that ability to just handle the public eye. What happens if all of a sudden, I don't care, I'll say it, let's say, I start dating Oprah. Can I handle the fame, the fortune, just going out and spotlight, oh man, that's Donald dating Oprah, that's crazy.
And even looking at Stedman just taking the back seat, even though Stedman was pretty distinguished in his career as well, right? People overshadow the fact that he had a career as well.
Right.
Yeah.
But he seems to be okay with that.
Right.
Yeah, he seems to be okay. Shain? Shain, how do you feel?
I think I agree with that. I feel like maybe from the outside looking in, it may not appear to some people that they've not been equally yoked, but I think that comes when you look at it from a financial and kind of a pedigree standpoint.
Right.
But when they get together, do you believe the things that I believe? Do you think the things that are funny are the same things that I think are funny? Do you feel as though you can help me improve in the things that you've seen me lack in? Do I feel the same way? And if so, then maybe we are meant to be, and we can get over some of these differences that the public might see.
Right.
DJ Feezy,
Man, everything you just said, bro. It's spoken like a true man that's married and happy. Everything you said was perfect, bro.
Okay. Michelle?
I think they are. I hope they last. Honestly, no shade. I think they are the example of love conquers all, because I don't believe that her starletness is on the same level as his. There are definitely levels to this, and he has international recognition. There are people who never heard of Suits until she started dating him, and then her name was in the news. And a lot of people with her being, straight out of Compton, literally. Those memes are going around, England, and they are very much different. She's from a divorced family with, a black mom with dreadlocks and this white dad and this interestingly blended mix. And yeah, she got a couple million, but
she don't have a queen money.
But that ain't the same. It's not.
But is it about the money?
But what I mean is that no matter what, with all their differences, her being American, him being from a different country, I think their love was beyond anything. And so we look at it as far as the equally yoked, as far as background and royalty and pedigree, but love was what they needed, and that's what worked.
That's right. Apache?
For me, I always thought Prince Harry was a rebel anyways.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
He was born to go against the grain.
Oh, absolutely.
He was born to go
It's
against
like
the
his
grain.
mom. His mom
Correct.
So
And they didn't like that.
Right.
And he is exactly the same as his mom.
Yeah.
And
I appreciate it.
it's perfect for him to go against the grain in this way.
And he went as far against the
And I
grain as he could
love
find.
it. I love it. And shout out to Prince Harry and Miss Markle, and I hope it works.
And that's why it's against the grain. It wasn't equal.
As everyone else, I feel like being equally yoked is cool, but I feel like love conquers, like you said, love conquers all. I feel like they had some type of unconditional love. So he loved her in spite of the money. He loved her in spite of her situation. He loved her in spite of what I'm sure everyone was telling him. She's a common girl from California, and that is the love that's going to endure the test of time. And I feel like people don't value love like they should value love, and I feel like that.
Okay. Apache, what's the moral of the story today?
Hey man, what I've learned from my dad, and I'll attribute this to Father's Day: be who you are, and don't compromise on it. Be who you are. If someone's gonna love you for who you are, then be who you are.
Okay, well, on that note, we are in what I like to call the last call for alcohol. Even though our guest didn't drink any alcohol today, I'm going to let him go first. When we had a last call for alcohol, we go around the room and you just say, why you mad, real quickly, and we move on. So, Donald, it's the last call for alcohol. What you mad about?
I'm mad about, families crossing the border trying to seek a better life, and kids being ripped away from their parents, and then people are saying, hey, this is the law, and with law we take your kids away, but we're not looking at the humanity of people. Everyone's equal. Yes, we have ways to get into this country, but to traumatize a child, putting them in cages, doing things of that sort, I think that's
That ain't right.
Matt, I mean, you got to see the humanity in people.
Apache, last call for alcohol. What's up?
Ants, I hate you. Ants have destroyed my feet. They have destroyed my ankles. Not this weekend, but it still looks terrible. And shout out to ants. I don't know what your purpose is, but I think your purpose is to terrorize my yard, my house, and my feet.
All right. DJ Feezy, last call for alcohol.
Nah, I'm with Stutson, man. These kids looking like burritos, man. These little K-Stuff cans, Chipotle burritos ain't cool. I understand the measures they have to go through, but there's other ways.
Yeah,
and I can't think about anything about me that's worse than a kid being fenced in, sleeping in a
kennel.
In a kennel,
In a Chipotle
bro.
wrap.
That's
Chipotle
we've gone to ultimate lows here in the U.S. now.
Tia,
What up?
last call for alcohol.
Yeah. Oh, why am I mad?
Yeah.
I'm mad because I almost died Friday and my knuckles was bleeding, and it was like a cute dude and he came to our rescue and I was ashamed and he asked me if I was okay because an effing piece of concrete crumbled off on Alameda. Y'all need to fix the streets on Alameda. I tripped and fell. I was like either my teeth or my hands, and I had my hands insured because I make cakes, and so I fell on my knuckles and it was bleeding. The dude was like, "You good?" And I was like, "I'm fine." With an attitude because I was Shain, hand bleeding. And he was like, "You're not fine because you're drinking blood." And I was like, "That's not blood. It was blood."
It's icing.
It's not blood.
Yeah.
Shout out to the courteous man.
So I
Yeah, red velvet.
So I
Good
go
Samaritan.
into the turkey leg hut, and then I'm like trying to fix myself up, and then he comes in there and was like, "I have a first aid kit." Nigga, get out of here.
He prepared. That's
Hey,
what
you
he
trying to say
did.
a first aid kit? That's
Hey,
like the
he
last
can make-
Boy
he-
Scout.
He was
Y'all
an
can
EMS.
be equally yoked.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, that's the last
He
Boy
had a
Scout
first
right
aid
there.
Yeah,
kit.
benefits. That ain't
Yeah,
bad.
I mean,
Hey,
I was so
he protecting
ashamed
y'all
that I had almost
Yeah.
died.
Don't let your ego
I didn't even want the.
kill
He
you.
was
Y'all
like,
could
"Give
have
me
been
the
equally
hand."
yoked.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
didn't know
Well, I
because
got
you
my
worried about
I
your
got
hand
my
bleeding.
card.
He trying to yoke
Let's see
you,
what
girl.
happens,
Good.
but he bandaged my hand. Thank you.
Maybe it
I'm
can
not
be a
gonna say
sponsor.
that.
All right.
I don't need no
Michelle, last call for alcohol.
So
Sure.
first, I'm mad at Tia for the knight in shining armor and being mad at him.
I was mad at myself for falling.
This is
And
America.
then, number two. So I'm mad at all of the hidden salt that's in food when you go out and the extra water weight because I've been traveling so much. I have had probably 100% of my last 100 meals. No, like 20. Like 100% of my last 20 meals have been out and about because I've been traveling for work so much. Or in a workshop, like even now we have a workshop, so I'm still a part of this big group. And I feel like I need to
Swollen.
deep puff.
You got to drink water.
Hit the sauna.
I need to deep puff because my 20-year class reunion is this weekend.
Hit the sauna.
And
And I know you got a dress ready to
I need
go.
him to be like,
Hit the sauna.
Well, is it?
right now she don't.
All right, well, you got to hit that sauna.
Yeah,
You
you
got
gotta get
4
that
days to
sauna.
hit the
Gotta
Teach
tell
it
you.
out.
Wear a
Drip, drip,
scarf. You
drip,
can always
drip.
wear a scarf.
Mr. Shain, sir.
Yes, sir.
Why you mad?
You know why I'm mad? Because I don't understand why meteorologists get to be the only people who can be wrong at their damn job. And keep the job and
Yeah.
still get paid a bunch of money.
Notice what they say when they tell you it's a chance.
I cannot go to my job and say
I can't take no chance on my job.
that
That's
this
the one job you can say there's a chance that you can't go to Wall Street. There's a chance that
Well, you know why I'm mad? It's because I didn't
We call
choose
that
to become a
speculation.
meteorologist
Wait a minute.
and live my life on chances.
Let me tell
Y'all
you.
told us it was damn near hurricane coming.
They
You
told us it was a
said-
flood coming.
Man, you guys are getting
And it
your
was-
hurricane cookies and everything
Right,
ready.
exactly.
Get them carbs
And
ready.
we ain't, like the rain is like where is it at? It's, come on, man.
Let me tell you
It
how
was
you
all
so
off
right about
Fudge.
that.
It dropped
That's how
off.
I got stuck during Hurricane Harvey. Got doggone in Humble when I lived downtown because
Exactly.
the meteorologist is so wrong all the time, and they had been claiming Armageddon for 3 days, and they hadn't ready to drop, and the pool wasn't even overflow. No, well, not until after the fact. For 3 days, it wouldn't drop where I lived, and the pool was still like regular.
I don't understand that. So
It's a
I'm
good job
with
to
you.
have.
Shane,
They
I'm
travel
bad with you.
everywhere.
High five.
high five.
I got a friend of mine whose husband, he's a meteorologist. He travels everywhere and gets to guess. That's cool.
That's trash.
Just educating.
Anyway, y'all, thank y'all for listening. You can find us here next week at the same time, the same place. If you want to call in,
I'll be here.
832-220-3383. We thank everyone for listening. We'll see you on gmtradio.com, on 90.3 on the TuneIn app. You
YouTube
can catch
today?
us on YouTube Live. That was
Oh,
new.
Hey, y'all.
Whatever you two out there, we see y'all.
You can catch us
Yeah.
also on Facebook Live at Happy Hour on TMS. You can find us on Instagram at Happy Hour at TMS. We thank you all for listening.
Website
You can
coming.
find them at
The website is coming, and we will see you next week. Peace, love, and coconut oil.
Bye.
the good kind. Oh.
Turn it off.
Organic.
Man, so you say okay. So I'm trying to figure where you at, man.
Okay, you coming from two different directions like you got
105.
Because I think it's I can't remember the
I think
name
on
of the place,
Google Maps,
but it's
they'll
behind.
put you
Windsor
It's
Lane.
in a big parking lot, right?
No. Okay, so all right, you know Western
Okay, go
Perimeter, you know
to
what
the
a Luby's
bathroom.
is.
Can we take our pictures?
Yes.
Okay, so if you're on Murphy, you're gonna just pass that Luby's.
Yes.
Okay. All right, and then Windsor Lane is just one block behind it. So when's the last time you just been over Stafford? When last time?
I mean, I can picture
Oh,
Stafford.
here, we
I
gotta
know where the
go.
Luby's
No,
at.
you know where the badminton, the badminton place on West Airport is.
Hey, we've got to get out of
Across
here.
on like diagonal from Luby's.
Huh? No. See, you
There's a
ain't
badminton place?
You ain't been to Stafford in a minute. That's a badminton joint. That's
A badminton place.
yeah,
and
it's on West Airport. Literally, it's a huge ass building. Building ridiculously. It's huge. It's like Donald Trump.
I'm gonna just look up the address.
Yeah. I'm saying the only thing close by that mug. You know where that Captain Benny's is? Over there in Stafford?
Yeah.
All right, so then we're going to be just like 2
What's
blocks
Mike
south
and
of
them
that.
show
Because I know I've seen your spot there. What's the address?
10,
Ask Mike
511,
what the show's
10
called.
511.
Windsor.
Is
What?
he out there?
Yeah.
Ask him what his show's called. Oh, ask what their show's called.
Okay. Yeah, I saw
The picture.
Okay.
What's the name of your show?
The Untucked with Mike.
Okay.
I saw the TVs online.
Isn't that dope?
So, yeah, so like, we
Dope.
1 block north of West Airport. And Windsor is clear. So it's
Got you covered.
upgrade.
Upgrade.
Upgrades. Got the new microphones with them. I'll explain those to you in a second.
Oh, did you know how to change this? Or you need me to change it?
Yeah, I was talking to him. He was saying that it's going to change.
I have to let you do it for the simple fact it keeps you a
Oh,
little
well,
bit longer.
you can do it yourself.
Put some,
Wow! See, I was just.
Because I just forgot how to do it. Oh, okay.
Probably.
I got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you teach me.
Let's see. So I know you
Yeah, he
said
said that.
go to
Is there a man around here?
USB. Excuse me, I did that one.
Please don't get us started.
Right, don't
Don't do
get
that.
excited. Maybe it's the wrong remote. Maybe that remote worked for both.
what?
Because I did that one, so obviously.
I thought they all looked like they're the same TVs, huh?
Yeah, but how come it's not?
Yeah, be universal.
On the, that's weird.
How are you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Okay, I'm doing all right.
Yeah, it's weird. How come this wasn't working?
Oh,
Sabotage.
Should.
there it is.
Okay, well that's not the right thing though. Okay, there you go. Hold on. Logo.
Logos.
Hit open.
And then okay.
And then hit open. There you go. And it's ready for you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This superstar space.
What?
I'm gonna get out of your way. She gonna walk by. You gotta get superstar space.
Me? I'm not a superstar.
Tia, stop. She's not a regular person, Mike. Just let
I
me know.
am too. I am not a superstar.
Go play it
I
down.
wish I was a superstar.
Yes.
I don't know if you were coming today.
Everybody ain't
I
able.
know. I was just giving you all the time you need.
Your best friend and rent a house with you and invite all your friends to live with you.
Got Oreos for us?
Man, yeah.
And some almonds. Chocolate covered almonds. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes,
Let me
ma'am.
squeeze back. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to make it. Oh, somebody take this.
I'll take
Oh, you're
this.
gonna take it?
Yeah, I'm
Ow, ow, my fingers up.
I ain't messing up, man. Look, swag gone.
Thank,
Swag on zero.
thank,
It wasn't bad. I got the skill back. I'll tell you about 8 months ago, I
Excuse
played
me.
basketball.
Oh, I'm
Easy.
sorry. We're done on live.
Easy.
I'm carrying this
So,
around.
Now I'm very concerned.
Bye, you guys. Thanks
about
for
my
watching.
hip